Hi, this is James Wilson from Assisted Consulting. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes speaking to you about MAQS. Since the mid-1990s, costing has become embedded in the NHS. But across the country there are still massive variations from trust to trust and also questions over consistency. Therefore, MAQS is an approach that documents and measures the materiality and quality of costing systems. MAQS stands for Materiality and Quality Score and is used to assess an organisation's costing performance. There are 4 levels of MAQS. Using MAQS helps to solve a number of issues faced by NHS trusts, including questions over the transparency of information. MAQS helps to form an objective view. Questions around the need for a national benchmarking system. Questions around how to measure improvements in data quality and capture, and questions about how to develop new approaches to costing. All trusts will benefit from MAQS. For organisations that have implemented PLICS, MAQS will help to assess and improve data quality and outputs. For organisations that haven't implemented PLICS, using MAQS will lead to an improvement in costing methodologies. The total MAQS for a cohort of patients, for example outpatients, is built from all the MAQS of the cost pools and the cost pool groups for that cohort. In turn, these scores are calculated from the current amount of financial resource in the cost pools and the number of matched patient records. At cost pool level, MAQS is calculated using 3 factors. Number 1. The current level in pounds and pence of all the cost components in the cost pool. Number 2. The percentage quality score of the apportionment method used to allocate these cost components to patients. And number 3. The percentage of patient records being correctly recorded as they transfer from your PAS to your costing system. I'll just pick up on a small point relating to income and expenditure. All income should be listed in the MAQS working papers so that there's a complete reconciliation. But please note that MAQS should only be used on net expenditure because it relates solely to the quality of costed clinical activity. Clearly, some trusts still haven't implemented PLICS, but that doesn't mean they can't use MAQS. There's actually a simple workaround that can be utilised to calculate a score. In the records match section of the scoring, because they haven't inputted patient level records, trusts without PLICS will automatically score 0%. However, it's now been agreed by the DH and the HFMA that these organisations should instead calculate the number of manual records. Inevitably, these trusts would rank lower in the quality scoring section too, but the combination of these 2 factors should result in an appropriate overall scoring. So, what are the 3 benefits of immediately getting on with this work? Well, firstly, at its most basic level, MAQS gives senior management assurance on how reliable the data actually is, thus nipping in the bud one of the central criticisms of reference costing. Secondly, the byproduct of this quality check is that it demonstrates scientifically where the areas that need improving actually are. And lastly, and most importantly, any trust that can demonstrate an independently verified, consistently high MAQS is going to be able to exert considerable influence on the tariff setting process. This has always been the holy grail of NHS costing, but given the technological advances over the last few years, in our view, this day is fast approaching, and early adopters of MAQS will reap significant benefits.
Hi, James Wilson here. Thanks for listening. We've had some fantastic feedback to this webinar series, so please keep your comments coming in. They're really very useful. At Assisted Consulting, our aim is to help you with any NHS finance issues, big or small, and we're particularly keen to work with trusts around calculating MAQS. So if you would like to explore the issues raised in this webinar further, please don't hesitate to contact us.